Dairy Industry Code of Conduct. This video is a project of Dairy Australia. It is one of 5 videos produced as part of the Milk Value Education series. This project received funding from the Australian Government. This video will provide viewers with information about the Australian Dairy Industry Code of Conduct. It will further your understanding of the code's operation and relevance to dairy farm businesses. It will also provide insights into the responsibilities of individual farm businesses and processors. What is the Dairy Industry Code of Conduct? The code regulates the conduct of dairy farmers and buyers of milk from those farmers. Milk must only be bought from dairy farmers under a milk supply agreement that complies with the code. It is mandatory, meaning farmers and milk buyers must comply with the code. The code aims to improve the clarity and transparency of trading arrangements between dairy farmers and those buying their milk. The code, overseen by the Australian Competition and Consumer Commission, the ACCC, came into effect in 2020 after several government inquiries regarding dairy product pricing in supermarkets, particularly $1 a litre private label milk, and the retrospective reduction of farmgate prices by Murray Goulburn and Fonterra in 2016. Some of the key elements of the code are: milk supply terms are to be outlined in a document known as the Milk Supply Agreement, also known as an MSA. The MSA must be written in plain English, using standardised terminology to outline the terms and conditions of the agreement, including quality requirements and a minimum price for the life of the agreement. There is a strict timeline for negotiations for milk supply agreements. Processors must publish their MSAs for the coming financial year by the 1st of June, which provides farmers at least a month to compare and consider offers. Agreements should be in place by July the 1st, noting that farmers subsequently have the benefit of a 14-day cooling-off period. And farmers and processors must act in good faith. But what does that mean? While there is no clear definition in the code, in general terms, good faith requires parties to negotiate and exercise their rights honestly and reasonably. Good faith includes attempting to cooperate with the other party, conducting relationships with the understanding of risks and cost of supplying and purchasing milk, and the need for certainty in this environment, and conducting the trading relationship without duress. Some other key clauses in the code state that processors must offer non-exclusive contracts and they can no longer implement step-downs. Retrospective step-downs are not permitted under any circumstances, whereas prospective step-downs are allowed, but under a limited range of limited and temporary circumstances, such as those triggered by an extraordinary event, including an emergency or change in market conditions. Examples of when this might occur include if import restrictions are enforced in response to a biosecurity threat, or if there is a temporary trade shock involving one of Australia's major trading partners, like a war. Under these types of circumstances, a milk processor must give farmers and the ACCC 30 days' notice, and the farmer has the right to terminate the agreement within 21 days of receiving the notice. As a farmer, there are certain things you can do to make the milk supply agreement process easier, especially given the tight timelines between receiving and signing an MSA. You could consider, number 1, starting early. You can start this research months before June the 1st. Number 2, doing your research. Check out some of the online resources. Research previous MSAs and review the different milk company information. Meet up with their field staff and get to know them well before June the 1st. Number 3, know your numbers and your risk profile. Have a budget prepared so that you can review this with any income estimations you might receive. Number 4, seek legal advice. Chat to your lawyer early and get some ideas on what to look for. Number 5, it is a requirement of both parties to act in good faith. Remember, utilise the 14-day cooling-off period if you need to. Know your obligations under the code and the MSA you choose to sign. Communicate with your milk company, especially if things on farm change. Keep all of your records up to date. And, if you aren't happy, follow the formal complaint process. Knowing your rights and responsibilities under the code is essential for every dairy farmer. So, to stay informed, check out the ACCC website, the Milk Value Portal, milk company websites, as well as market information. And don't forget to watch the other videos in the Milk Value Education series to learn more about the value of your milk.